After being the Premier League whipping boys for the past 12 months, but not just the Premier League's, Spurs' personal bitch. Man United are moving serious. Man United might be a problem next season. Now, we know they've got no Champions League football, no Europa League football, no Conference League football. But that isn't stopping them from attracting big players and making serious moves in this transfer window this season thus far. Now, we will see, as you can see here, they have already confirmed Matheus Cunha. The confirmation came from Fabrizio Romano just a few days ago that he has officially signed and joined Manchester United on a 5-year deal plus 1-year option from Wolves. All documents signed after 62.5 million release clause has been triggered earlier this week. First signing of the summer for Manchester United. Matheus Cunha, one of the league's best forwards last season, playing in not just the striker position, the left forward, the 10, playing behind the striker for Wolves, and pretty much was pivotal, their main player, to keeping them in the Premier League this season. They've already gone and spunked 62.5 million on him, and we know one of the biggest problems for Manchester United last season was that attack. That attack was absolute dross. Whether it was Højlund in the middle, Xerxes up top, behind them, you want to throw in Garnacho, you want to put Mason Mount. None of the combinations work because the players just aren't good enough. Matheus Cunha comes in as a bona fide starter and a star. He had such a good season last year that I think he goes into this Man United team. He helps with the versatility. He's also, let's have it right, he's Brazilian, Portuguese speaking. So it works for Ruben Amorim. He's going to settle in well over there. He's took the step up in his career from Wolves to Manchester United. More, not just him. They're out here making moves. I called Liverpool greedy, but these men are more than greedy. It's glutton. Because when you talk about, it's the whole of Manchester's glutton. Furthermore, because they didn't just stop with Cunha. I'm seeing now, and we saw the news that Bryan Mbeumo had turned down potential moves to Arsenal, Tottenham, and Newcastle United because Manchester United was his favoured option. And we have just seen today Man United submit an opening offer to sign Bryan Mbeumo from Brentford. 45 million plus 10 million in add-ons, some way below level of fee needed for Brentford FC to consider a sale. But talks are ongoing as Man United work to agree a deal. The 25-year-old Cameroonian forward is keen on the transfer. So as you can see here, Man United might actually be a problem next season. They might be out here making moves and signing the right players. Usually you see them go in the window, sign players, and I'm usually not scared. My fear is dropped instantly because you recognize with Manchester United that the signings they make never really sit into their club. They never really fit into the model. Maybe it's just that the stardom of Man United's too big. Maybe, just the culture of Manchester United is wrong. But whenever we see players go Man United, for somehow, some way, their career doesn't work out. Now, the difference with this, and I think the big difference is these are Premier League proven players. They've not gone spunk 45 million on a Xerxes who's only scored 10 goals for Bologna. They've not gone and spunked another 75 million on a Højlund type player who'd only gone and scored 12 goals for Atlanta. They've gone and got Prem proven players as their top targets. And two of the Prem's best players last season, you talk about Cunha in his role as a shadow striker of some sorts, was definitely one of the best in the league at that. But away from Salah, Bryan Mbeumo was the best winger in the Premier League, scoring 20 goals last season, absolutely lighting it up with the absence of Tony. They lost Watkins years ago. They lost Brennan Rama. All these years that Brentford have lost players, Mbeumo has slowly but surely kept stepping up a level. And this season was his breakout year to put not just himself on the map, but even Johan Wissa, them two, the DD dangerous duo, Bold Kings. Yeah, that's what we call them. Burger King, Bold Kings FC. Them man were doing things last year. And Brian Mbeumo definitely has earned a move to a top club. Now, this is where I am fearful, is because the signings do look like good signings, two good players. This could actually mean that Man United are moving in the right direction. Sir Jim Ratcliffe and the board that they've got over there is finally making the right decisions up top. £55 million is apparently the fee that Brentford want guaranteed, and they're also looking at getting. I believe the add-ons that Man United have done are team-based add-ons. Brentford want player-based add-ons, as they're convinced that Brian Mbeumo will reach the majority of those player-based add-ons. So they want a guaranteed of 55 million and then probably 5 to 10 million on add-ons on top, which will make this around a 65 million pound deal, similar to that of Matheus Cunha, which will take Manchester United's total spend up to 130 million. And we are just in the first week of the window. After being my personal bitch for a year, because let's have it right, beat them 4 times last season. They were the team that done me a personal favor, and we done them over in the Europa League final. I have to start respecting their gangster, because they're actually out here. They're doing business that I didn't think they could do. But not only that, they're taking players away from clubs that are in better positions than them. I also saw this final transfer that I really thought, I was like, yo, well, just when you had one thing last season, there was one player you could rely on in that team last season that was just going to mess it up. One player that was going to cause a problem for Man United regardless. One guy that would get them into the mud, even when they're winning games. It was Andre Onana, the guy that was supposed to meet Saeed down in the car park. They are looking for his replacement. And his replacement, as we've seen with the other 2 targets, has already been identified from another Premier League club. Manchester United will make a move for Aston Villa's Martinez if they can get him. The feeling is that he will leave Aston Villa this summer, as reported by Ben Jacobs, who's been very, very reputable in these first 2 weeks of the window, making some good headlines. That is actually, he's got the green light right now. He might be moving from a tier 3 to a tier 2. Who knows? But this news is huge. We know Onana has been one of the biggest problems for Manchester United, singularly himself this season. Conceding goals, creating goals from shots to errors and all of this stuff. Martinez is the absolute opposite of that. Very minimal errors made. He's a leader of the team, but also he's just one of the best goalkeepers in the league. His shot stopping is like no other. We've seen him do it for Argentina in the World Cup, in the Copa America, and lead them to victory. For Aston Villa last year, played in some very big performances, especially against the likes of Arsenal. Couldn't lead them ultimately to a Champions League finish, but they will still be playing European football in the Europa League. So they still have the opportunity to play at a higher level. But Man United are still looking at taking their players away. They're still offering players high wages. And Mbeumo's rumored to want us upwards of around 250k a week. Martinez, if he is to leave Aston Villa, will be for a significantly higher wage fee, probably around 150 to 175k per week. And Cunha is rumored to be on 175k a week. So Manchester United are getting their hands in their pockets. They're calling up their mortgage brokers. They're getting a remortgage on that stadium. They're actually out there spending money and they're causing problems. I respect it. I respect it. We're going to have to see if these deals actually do get done to see how good Man United could be next season. But Man United, I respect your gangster. Onwards from that, as you can see in this corner, we got a new logo. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know what you guys think of the new logo. As you can see above me, we are on the road to 5K. So make sure you are subscribed if you haven't already. Tap the post notification bell to stay up to date with all transfer videos. Follow me on the other socials, as you can see here. And also, if you're feeling extra special, buy a membership, become a delinquent, become a descendant. You can really help this channel grow and the community grow a bit further. Big up to the DRD them. And on that note, we are out. Make sure you subscribe again, man. Peace.